Good morning, Crystal from the Rain Dance Ranch. Today I want to talk about some of my plants. So I'm really in love with a lot of these succulents and especially aloes, but pretty much anything awesome is awesome. But I do have quite a little love affair going on with aloes right now. And this one right here, I thought it might have been a blizzard, but I ordered some online that were called Blizzard, and they looked more like this. So I don't know if you can see the difference. So I need to get on there. I know there's like several varieties of aloes that have something to do with snow in their name. This is the one that I'm holding right here is the one that was up at the Horny Toad in Cave Creek, and I really need to get it planted. It's starting to get dehydrated. I just took it out a couple weeks ago. So I put stuff here that this is all stuff that I need to be working on or just watching. And like this one right here, I need to turn it frequently because it just gets super cattywampus looking, and this helps keep it looking a little more straight and balanced. Yes, this is the truth of my ranch. There's just crap everywhere, all over the place, all the time. But then I have this beautiful collection. It looked nicer a couple days ago, and then I added a bunch of these plants. But I had like this all nicely arranged, and I was like, look at how nice all those pots look together. It just worked, like, without even trying. Anyways, so I do need to get to the bottom of the name of this aloe. Now, this aloe, I bought several of them at a plant nursery up in Cave Creek, but they didn't have the actual name on it. And then, like I said, I have these are ones that I ordered online, and they were called Blizzard, and so that's the Blizzard, which I do like, but I like the growth. This one has, I don't like the leaves as much as I like the leaves and the size and just sort of the way it forms it. So I like the form on this one better. And the size of it is a little more spread out and filled in, I guess you could say, than the actual Blizzard one. So I really want to find out the name on that. If anybody knows, here, let's hold that up again. I have another one out in the front, and it's getting a lot of sun and water, and it's starting to look really bleached out, I guess you could say, sun bleached for like a plant. Anyways, I believe this is an alligator aloe, and I got this at Home Depot, Costco in 2020. And I like that it's kind of been a slow grower, but I really like this one. There's a lot of advantages to slow growers because it's called up potting and trimming. Like, you can avoid that. So, I mean, this is just a nice size for a patio plant. And it just looks good. And these do, I'm pretty sure this is an alligator aloe. That's what the container said. And I feel pretty confident that that's probably what this actually is. But, yeah, I don't always trust it for sure because I've looked up alligator aloe and I wasn't sure. I don't know. That was a couple years ago. So, I haven't looked again, but this, I had it in the sun all winter, and it just kept getting darker and darker and darker and darker, and I'm like, I liked it better when it was green, so I put it back on the patio, and these just do great in full 100% shade, if that indeed is an alligator aloe, but whatever aloe that is, I do really like it, and you can still see it's got some of that dark splotching from sun stress. And I've got some little baby mangaves. And then I bought this succulent, and I don't know what it was from, but I believe the succulent is over at the Desert Rose, and it has these velvety leaves, and it has the same coloration and some similarities to this Copper Spoons, but it's definitely not Copper Spoons. It's like more fuzzy, kind of like lamb's ear. And I just had this piece of leaf sitting somewhere, and I didn't really know it was there. I was cleaning stuff up, and bam, we have new plantlets. And I love the colors, and I love the fuzziness, and I just can't wait to get those going. Hopefully I can keep them alive. Okay, and then I have these cuttings from, I call it Velvet Apuntia, and of course now that I'm doing this video, I can't think of the name of these. But I have one that's in a more rounded form, and then this one has this heart-shaped form. And I love these, and I got these cuttings from a very, very messy, overgrown patch that was like on the side of the road in like a common area at these condos I go to all the time. And I know one of these days they're gonna come and clean it up, and it's been like a big mess for a year, and I'm like, just grab some of those things. Nobody cares. And then eventually when the landscapers come, they're gonna hack it all up and throw all this stuff away probably. So I just had to get some. I know some people are against that sort of thing, and sure, there's a time and a place. You don't just go into somebody's personal home in their yard and just start taking their plants, even if it's, I mean, maybe if there's a leaf branch right on the edge of the curb or something, I mean, and you're walking along, I mean, I know me as a kid, I don't think anybody would care if you picked up like something, a little piece of a tree, you know, if that was something that you wanted for some reason. But and I'm not dissing people who just would never take a single thing without asking, but when you're at like a shopping center and there is a tree that has thousands upon thousands of seed pods on the tree and falling off the tree, and you take a bunch of those seed pods, nobody's gonna care. And if somebody does, even in this day and age, I believe that a judge would be like, are you kidding me right now? Like, you're probably not going to get sued. You're not going to have criminal charges against you. You may have some very petty person who doesn't even own the property be like all upset about it. But I bet you anything, the owners could care less if people take seed pods off of some of the trees in the parking lots of their shopping centers. And so I will do that for sure. And I may even take like a little branch of something like a bougainvillea. But I've tried propagating bougainvillea, and then I had success, and then they died as soon as I took them out of the humidity dome. I took them out too soon. But I do want to start collecting bougainvillea, and I'm looking around at shopping centers to see who has what kind of bougainvilleas. Because I'm taking a branch. And I think bougainvillea has to be propagated off of old wood, if I remember correctly. Just FYI. But look into that if you ever try to propagate bougainvillea. I believe it's supposed to be on old wood, not new growth. Okay. So use discernment when collecting plants out there. But I think I don't need to explain it to most of you. Okay, so this is actually the main reason why I wanted to do this video today. Because look at my Stapelia, and I wanted one of these when I first saw them. I was like, oh my gosh, I really want one of those. And so I got this. My old roommate gave me a piece from her mom's house, and I tried to propagate it, and it wouldn't work. And then I bought these off of somebody on OfferUp, and I had double this much, and I just didn't water them for a long time, and probably a little less than half of them died, and so this is what was left and made it. And finally I'm like, ooh, it's getting down to hardly anything, I better plant them. So I finally planted them, and I'm really happy with the way it looks. And I actually really like, again, how these are just super slow growing, because it just kind of looks like this all the time. Like I got one little growth nodule coming in right